Once upon a time, there was a beautiful mermaid called Ariel and a handsome prince named Eric. One gloomy day, Eric and his shipmates sailed through the sea on their ship. Eric announced, "Oh, Max, this is so cool," he said to his dog. "The salty air and the wind blowing on my face. I love being at sea." Eric's advisor, Grimsby, did not think the same. He felt seasick. The shipmates told Eric all about the depths of the mysterious ocean and its hidden secrets. Grimsby was not impressed. He listened and responded, "Eric, please ignore such nonsense." The sailor replied, "Ahoy there, me hearties. I'm telling you the truth. There's merpeople down there in the blue." Eric was fascinated and gazed down wondrously at the great, mystifying ocean. Deep under the depths of the ocean was a different world. A world with an underwater kingdom. The kingdom of Atlantica. Atlantica belonged to King Triton. Herald the royal seahorse declared that King Triton and his advisor, Sebastian, were making a royal appearance. They were looking forward to watching the mermaid's performance. King Triton said, "I can't wait to see this performance, Sebastian." Sebastian was delighted and said, "Your Majesty, this is going to be the best performance you've ever seen." King Triton was excited. He was looking forward to his daughter Ariel's performance. Sebastian praised Ariel but wished that she would have rehearsed more for the performance. Sebastian prepared as he was the conductor. The sea creatures and the mermaids sang a beautiful song. After the mermaids had finished their turn singing, they presented Princess Ariel in a pearl clam. But no one was there. King Triton was shocked and annoyed. Where was Ariel? Ariel was intrigued. She was examining the objects that had fallen under the sea. She said, "Flounder, hurry up, look." Flounder smiled but replied, "Yeah, it looks great. Can we go now?" But Ariel flouted Flounder and swam into a sunken shipwreck. Flounder followed reluctantly. Ariel discovered a silver fork. She was in awe. She exclaimed in amazement, "Wow, look, Flounder!" And she placed it into her bag. She then found another object and put that in too. Suddenly, a shark appeared. Ariel and Flounder were terrified and they swam away as fast as they could. The shark swam after them with determination. After a few minutes, the shark got stuck. Flounder and Ariel were relieved. Flounder shouted, "You big bully!" The shark was angry and wished that he could have caught them. At that, they swam to the top of the sea and saw Scuttle the seagull. Like Ariel, Scuttle loved learning about the human world and had a hobby of collecting objects. He spotted Ariel and was happy. She showed Scuttle what they had found. He scrutinized the fork and exclaimed, "Wow, this is rare. It's a dinglehopper." He explained that humans use them to straighten their hair. He then spoke about another object and said that it was used to make music. Ariel then remembered the concert. Oh no, the concert! She thanked Scuttle and swam away with Flounder. She swam and swam until she reached home. Meanwhile, someone was watching Ariel in the dark depths of the ocean. Ursula the Sea Witch. She was jealous of King Triton and she yearned to take his reign of Atlantica. When Ariel arrived back, King Triton and Sebastian were disappointed that she did not attend the concert. Flounder tried to help Ariel, but when he mentioned that they saw a seagull, King Triton was outraged and boomed, "You went up to the surface again? How many times do I have to tell you? You live under my ocean, so you obey my rules." Ariel was upset, and she swam away, sobbing. King Triton reflected upon his words and asked Sebastian if he had been too harsh. Sebastian replied, "No way, Your Majesty. If she was my daughter, there would be no flitting to the surface. At that, King Triton decided that Sebastian should watch over her. Sebastian was not pleased with this decision. He saw Ariel and Flounder swimming away and he followed them. Ariel and Flounder swam into an underwater cave filled with treasures from the human world. Ariel admired all of the objects that she had collected. Suddenly, Sebastian appeared. Ariel was not excited to see him. He was angered and confused to see all of the human objects, and he attempted to take her home. But Ariel was curious as she saw a ship bobbing along the top of the surface. She swam to the top. She was enthralled. She saw a ship with colourful fireworks exploding in the sky. Ariel swam over to the ship. Sebastian tried to stop her, but she didn't listen. She pulled herself up onto the ship and peeped overboard to see what was happening. As she looked, the shipmates were having a party, but Max could smell Ariel, and he ran over to her. Eric called Max and he ran back. Ariel saw Eric and she was mesmerised. She continued to watch with fascination as Grimsby presented Eric with a gift. Eric said, "Grimsby, you really shouldn't have." Eric wasn't keen on the present. Grimsby mentioned that he hoped it would be a wedding present, but Eric insisted that he hadn't met his true love yet. All of a sudden, a storm was brewing. Rain came hurtling down, the wind whistled, thunder boomed, lightning struck. Eric attempted to steer the ship. Ariel wanted to help out. Max got stuck in the fire, so Eric went to rescue him. Max was saved, but Eric was in trouble. The ship exploded and smoke erupted. His shipmates were shocked as they watched the disaster. Ariel saw Eric sinking and sinking deeper and deeper. She swam under the water and pulled him out. The next day, Ariel was on the shore with Eric. Sebastian and Flounder turned up. Sebastian was gobsmacked that she was with a human. As she sang, Eric slowly awoke. She quickly dived into the water not to be seen. Eric was fascinated, he said. A girl rescued me." Grimsby was grateful to see him and took him back to the palace. Ariel was thrilled and sang, watching them as they walked away. Ursula saw this and devised a cunning plan. Ariel swam through the ocean with glee. She was so happy to have met Prince Eric. The other mermaids knew that she was in love. She sat by a rock picking petals and uttered, he loves me not, he loves me." Sebastian saw and insisted, "Get your head out of the clouds and put it back in the water. You live down here. This is your home. This is where you belong, under the sea." Sebastian noticed that Ariel had disappeared. Suddenly, Herald the royal seahorse swam along and told Sebastian that King Triton needed him immediately. When he got there, the king shared his concerns about Ariel, and he described that she was acting differently, much happier. Sebastian said that he told her not to talk to humans. At that, King Triton was furious. Ariel had been at the surface again talking to humans. Flounder and Ariel swam back to the underwater cave. Flounder declared, "I've got a surprise for you." And he showed her a statue of Prince Eric. Ariel was delighted. Amongst the shadows, King Triton watched. He was not happy. He said angrily, "You saved a human. I've told you not to go up to the human world. It's strictly forbidden." At that, he used his trident to demolish the human objects. Ariel was upset, and she sobbed. Ursula's eels were lurking in the shadows. When King Triton and the others swam away, they informed Ariel that she could live in the human world forever if she wished, and they told her to come with them. Sebastian and Flounder followed and asked, "What are you doing with this riff-raff?" But Ariel told them that they could help. When they arrived, Ursula ushered Ariel to enter. She told her that she could help her. "The only way you can solve the problem is if you become a human yourself." Ariel asked, "Can you do that?" Ursula explained, "Of course I can. That's my job, that's what I do." She explained that in order for Ariel to become a human permanently, she had to kiss Prince Eric within 3 days. If this was not completed, she would turn back into a mermaid and stay with Ursula forever. Ariel had to sign a contract to agree on the deal. After she signed the contract, Ursula said that she had to take her voice for the payment and cackled wickedly as Ariel was being transformed into a human. Flounder and Sebastian guided her to the surface to breathe. Meanwhile, Eric longed to see Ariel again. "I've looked everywhere, Max. I wonder where she is." Ariel was amazed. She had legs, real human legs, and feet, and toes too. Suddenly, Scuttle flew along and noticed that there was something different about her. He thought that she had been using the dinglehopper. Sebastian was frustrated and demanded, "Can you not see? She has legs, man. She traded her voice to the sea witch and got legs." Scuttle replied, "Oh yeah, I knew that." Flounder announced, "Ariel's been turned into a human and she has to make the prince fall in love with her," Sebastian said, "and only 3 days to do it. This is not a good deal at all. It's a catastrophe. Imagine what her father would say." Sebastian wanted to tell her father, but also wanted her to be happy, so he decided to help her find the prince, and Scuttle found her a bedsheet to wear. Prince Eric and Max were still by the shore. Max barked and ran towards Ariel. Prince Eric followed. Ariel was delighted. Prince Eric thought that she looked familiar and asked if she was the one who had saved him. She tried to talk, but she didn't have her voice anymore. She tried to explain through gestures, but he couldn't figure it out. He said that he would help her and took her to the palace. The maid bathed her and washed her clothes. Sebastian was accidentally sent up to the wrong location. He was sent to the kitchen. He was shocked and fainted. Meanwhile, Eric and Grimsby greeted Ariel as she arrived for lunch. She felt out of place. The maid came along and told them that dinner was nearly served. The chef was preparing the dinner. Sebastian watched and he was terrified. This was his worst nightmare. Prince Eric and Grimsby asked if she wanted to join them for the tour of Prince Eric's kingdom tomorrow. Ariel nodded while Sebastian scurried along to her dish. Grimsby said, "Yes, now let's eat before this crab wanders off my plate." Grimsby looked down in bewilderment. Ariel was grateful. She watched as Eric and Max were outdoors. Shortly after this, she got into bed. King Triton wondered where Ariel was, and Herald the royal seahorse said that he had not seen her anywhere. King Triton encouraged the sea creatures to keep looking. He then reflected upon his words and his actions. Had he done the right thing? The next day, Ariel and Prince Eric took off for the royal tour. Flounder and Scuttle were upset as the mission had not been completed yet. Scuttle created a plan. "There's only 1 day left, time to get my vocals going," and he attempted to sing. Sebastian was appalled at his singing voice and took matters into his own hands. Eric did not know Ariel's name and tried to work out what it was. Sebastian whispered it to him, and he was grateful. Ursula observed and foiled the plan. She shouted, "I'm going to take matters into my own tentacles. Triton's daughter will be mine, and I will see him wriggle like a worm." Later on that night, Grimsby saw Eric and advised, "The most special girl is nice, caring, and right in front of your eyes." But just then, Eric heard singing by the shore. He was intrigued. Ursula cast a spell. The next day, Scuttle congratulated Ariel as Eric was preparing his marriage. Ariel was over the moon and organised herself, but as she ran downstairs, Eric was with another girl. Grimsby congratulated him, and Eric wanted to be married as soon as possible. Ariel was devastated and ran away. Scuttle discovered that the girl was really Ursula in disguise. He said, "The Sea Witch," and he told Ariel all about Ursula in disguise. They devised a plan and attempted to stop the wedding. Ursula was furious. Her plan was ruined. The seashell necklace was broken along with the spell, and Ariel gained her voice back. Prince Eric automatically knew that Ariel was the one, but she turned back into a mermaid and Ursula took her back under the sea. King Triton came along. "Ursula, stop! Let her go!" he demanded. He wanted Ariel back, but Ariel signed the contract. King Triton tried to damage the parchment, but it couldn't be destroyed because it had been signed. Ursula informed him, "Oh, you see, she signed the deal. It's legal and cannot be broken." King Triton was shocked. Ursula offered him the chance to exchange himself for Ariel, and he did. He signed the contract. Ursula was pleased and took the crown. Eric attempted to save her, but Ursula's eels came along. Ursula accidentally fired the trident at her eels. She was livid and she wreaked havoc, increasing herself in size, becoming larger. Ariel and Eric were shocked. She boomed, "Now I am the ruler of all of the oceans," and she created a whirring whirlpool. Ariel fell into it, and Ursula fired the trident at her. Eric steered the ship into Ursula, and her spells were broken. Atlantica was saved and regained. The next day, King Triton watched as Ariel was looking at Prince Eric. He said, "I just want Ariel to be happy. I will miss her, Sebastian." And at that, he turned Ariel into a human. Ariel and Eric were overjoyed. They lived happily ever after. The end.